All right, Dale, you want to get into this? This big deal?
Yeah. Are we talking about the battle for planet Stellantis?
That's what we're talking about.
All right. Okay. So, it's funny how, and this is the world we live in, guys. You have to understand that. So, what we say today could be different tomorrow. And as two individuals who cover things that happen in the automotive industry or technology industry, period, just as quick as we get that information out to you, things change, as in this case. So I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Stellantis obviously is now the name, the umbrella in which Fiat Chrysler, as well as PSA or the Peugeot group, are under now. They named it Stellantis. But we know what Chrysler holds near and dear to their heart, and so do their fans. And they have the street and racing team, the SRT team, that are building the HELLCATs. They're cramming these suckers into these Jeeps, and just, I mean, let's face it, they're doing things with that platform, the SRT platform, with the HELLCAT, the Red Eye, all these things that no other manufacturer's really doing. I mean, they have racing technology, but again, these guys are cramming them into Jeeps and minivans.
Let me give you just for those of you just tuning in, let me give you the brand portfolio under this under the Stellantis badge. So
Go
Jeep,
ahead.
Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Mopar, Fiat, Abarth or Abarth, depending on how you pronounce it, Maserati,
Abarth,
Alfa Romeo, Lancia, Citroen, DS Automobiles, Peugeot, Opel, and Vauxhall. Or Vauxhall.
right? Vauxhall,
Yeah.
Vauxhall.
So-
yeah, just a bunch of automobiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. They want to make a global push.
Now, they announced earlier in the week, and I don't know that this was an announcement so much as it was just the media finding out about it, that this SRT team that you just referenced, right?
Yep. Right.
Was disbanded. That's their engineering
Correct.
team that is going to be responsible for creating things like that HELLCAT Challenger, right?
Right. That's right.
They've done some cool stuff in the past. I think that's the same group, if I'm not mistaken, that put the Viper together.
Yeah, it
Right.
did. It shocked a lot of people when that happened, and just so you got, they produced some really potent machines.
Basically, these were the muscle. This is the muscle car division.
Yeah.
Okay. Performance.
The Hellcat in 2015, which you had the Demon drag car a few years later.
Yep.
And they produced a lot of SRT branded Jeeps, Chargers, Challengers, and I think that even some of the Ram pickup trucks have some of the SRT packages, which they're calling the Trailhawk. There's a Trailhawk package, which is basically an SRT. So it falls under that SRT team, which is the street and racing team for all of that technology and engineering. Well, they're not going anywhere. That's what we're hearing now. They originally said that they did disband them, but they spread these guys out evenly. And
So they weren't fired. They were reassigned elsewhere in the company.
Right. There's just no longer a dedicated SRT team. The engineers who comprise that group continue to work for the company. They were spread out to various Stellantis brands, over a dozen, they say, and integrated into the global engineering organization. The former team, though, will continue its performance-oriented work while also assisting other brands. So it's not going to go away. So it'll be interesting to see how Stellantis, under this new umbrella, how they utilize that technology. My thoughts are they're going to keep it.
So
keep working on that here in the U.S.
I'm going to pontificate here for a second. Okay, this is just me kind of guesstimating based on some previous things that we've seen both Stellantis and Fiat Chrysler do. they've indicated, and we know this to be factually true, that the days are numbered for some of those high performance engines that they were using in things, for example, like the HELLCAT, right? Like they've already come out and said that's going to be a limited thing going forward. They're not going to continue to do that for the next decade. Okay.
And you're not, and again, to point this and bring this up, because they haven't really shown their hand if there is a significant move towards electrification either. So that's a key point we need to make here.
So it is rare in the automotive industry that a manufacturer will make a discontinuation change without having a simultaneous plan for something to take that place. So, for example, you're going to see, this is why we were so shocked with Toyota. If they're going to discontinue the Land Cruiser, what are they going to put in its spot in the lineup? Like they got to have something. So now I understand that the SRT badge on these, that's just one version of that Challenger, right? Or
that's right.
Whatever car it is. It's not the whole car line. It's just a performance version of that car. All right.
Right. That's like what Toyota would do with their TRD package, or
that's right.
Nissan and their Nismo package.
Correct.
It's
similar.
Like it's
like sort of if Nissan got rid of their Nismo team. That's a good.
That's right. Okay.
So what seems to me to make sense in this move is that there is a plan to put these engineers in another area, perhaps where it isn't in ICE, in the internal combustion engine performance side, because Stellantis has a vested interest in moving in a direction of electrification. Okay?
They do.
And so makes sense to me that maybe we're not going to have an SRT version of whatever anymore, but we might have an electrified performance version of, I don't think they're going to turn the Challenger into an electric vehicle, but they may do this on some of their stuff,
They could. And if going back a few podcasts, Keith, if you remember, we talked about the reveal of the Grand Cherokee L.
Right.
And they had made mention of one of the Jeeps, the CJs, offered in what they call the 4xe platform. And at the end of that video of the reveal of the Grand Cherokee L, they revealed that they were also working on a 4xe version of that. So electrification is coming in some way, shape, or form. We knew that. We talked about it. We had some chatter, but they were not as forthright in coming out and just saying this is what we're doing, like Ford and GM has done. So there's a little bit more of more of a hey man, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, right. And it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing that they're working on something really cool and they just don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet because of the competition watching them. Did people actually used to put cats in bags? I mean, where does that come from? But I digress. Man. So
Like, well, I mean, same old saying like scalded dog. I mean, who's throwing hot water on a dog?
Right. What's wrong with people, man?
What's wrong with people, man? Some of these old sayings, man. We should dedicate a podcast to the old sayings. We should do that. The top 10 old sayings from your family. Boy, if you don't eat that, I'm going to slap you clear in the next Tuesday. Yep.